Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees for today's discussion on Bhagavata Cosmology.
That recording, you will access it. They won't be able to access.
I'm doing it in my computer. So, last week we briefly introduced our topic. We could not do much. So, today we'll try to discuss something. So, we were discussing that Privrat Maharaj, having heard something from Srila Sukadeva Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj, having heard from Sukadeva Goswami that Priyavrat Maharaj had divided the Bhumandala into 7 islands and 7 oceans. So we saw that the Bhumandala was like the lotus leaf just above the ocean, Garbhodaka ocean. On the surface of that, he had divisions. He had created the divisions. 7 divisions. We will see today what exactly they are. So hearing that sometime back, he heard the full story of Priyavrata and his children and grandchildren, etc. Then Parikshit Maharaj raising a question that I desire to know all about the oceans and islands with their measurements and qualities. So please tell us about all those things in detail. Just all of you are curious to know about these things. Parikshit Maharaj also was curious to know. So Parikshit Maharaj inquires about the dimensions of islands, oceans, which he heard about in the story of Priyavrata in the first chapter of the 5th canto, after the topic was completed. After the genealogy, the history of the different kings coming in that line was completed in the 15th chapter. Now in the 16th chapter, is raising question. Please, can you elaborate on those details of those divisions? So why he is asking? Whatever we hear, that is what we contemplate about always. So those who hear about the universe, they will contemplate upon that more and more. Those who hear about the Supreme Lord, they will contemplate upon the Supreme Lord more and more. With that intention, to hear more about the Lord and his wonderful activities, Parikshit Maharaj requesting him, get into details. Don't give me in summary. Something like that. So for which Sukadeva Goswami says that the universe is very big. The different divisions and all those things are also very huge. Getting into details is very, very time-taking process. Neither you have time nor I have time. I will briefly present the most essential parts of the universe. I briefly summarize what are the important sections of the entire universe. So in that way, compared to Srimad Bhagavatam, other Puranas goes into greater details about the universe. Bhagavatam, we have a quick summary of the entire universe.
Which other Puranas talk about this?
There is one Purana called Brahmanda Purana. Its main purpose is to describe about Brahmanda only. Vishnu Purana and Vayu Purana goes into greater details, and also Kurma Purana. Every Purana will have one section dedicated to describe this geography of the universe. So it is there.
All are different, or it will be same?
Same only. The superstructure is same, but inside details are different. For example, somebody says, what is Maharashtra? Maharashtra means Bombay, Pune, Solapur. Somebody say, what is Maharashtra? Maharashtra means Godavari, Krishna, Sayadri Mountains, Sinhagad, and Ratnagiri, and all the like this. So different people see differently. It is same only, but different details they present. So in that way. So therefore, by giving a general description, I will explain the particulars of Boloka, giving characteristics of name, shape, and dimensions. Thus, he gives a quick summary of the important aspects of our entire universe. A quick synopsis of the entire universe. So, here is a statement. Kindly read through. Generally, we see the words of the scriptures through our experience in this world. Whenever we read something from Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, or whenever we hear in Bhagavatam classes, we try to correlate with our experience, what we know, what we've been through. Based on that, we evaluate and try to understand. Instead, now on, let us try to experience the world through the words of the scriptures. So we have heard about the universe since our childhood, whether it is in the school or friends or siblings or whatever. But today, let us see from the Bhagavatam what Bhagavatam has to say about the universe. That is the understanding. We saw this video last time. Devotees online able to hear the sound?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
The night sky, the dark blanket above our heads adorned with shining stars, extending as far as the eye can see. The beauty and the majesty of the universe have inspired awe and reverence in the best brains throughout history.
Stop.
Many millennia ago, an advanced civilization revealed the mystery of the origin and nature of the cosmos. The universe is made up of 14 vertically arranged planetary systems, or lokas. In the center of Jambudvip stands the most extraordinary divine golden mountain, Meru. The sun evaporates water from all over the creation and uses it as fuel. The Vedic literatures answer the question whether the cosmos always existed or it had a beginning. On the ocean, Vishnu expansion reclined on a serpent bed. From his navel arose a lotus on which Brahma was born. The super-intelligent being, Vishnu, reclining in mystic slumber amid the causal ocean. When he exhales, millions of universes issue from his body and expand, until he inhales when all the universes return within him.
That video is like quick synopsis of what we are going to discuss in the upcoming classes.
On YouTube, this video.
I think it should be there. Vedic Cosmos. If you type it there. So, Srimad Bhagavatam says that our universe is like that of a lotus, which comes out of a lake. Here you see, this is our universal shell in which our universe is there. So within that, there is water. Just above the water, there is a lotus leaf, which is spread all across the
I
universe.
can't hear Prabhuji. Or maybe I only can't hear it. Everybody else can hear.
No, it's getting
No,
hanged.
Mataji, even I can't hear. Even I can't hear, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, online
couldn't
people
hear
cannot
you.
hear you.
I mean, you are not able to hear me, or you could not hear the video audio.
So, actually, it was breaking in between. And now when you started off with that our universe is like the lotus.
Ah, yes.
So then after that, we couldn't hear anything.
Okay, sorry. But anyway, I'll repeat once again. I'll turn off my video because temple internet nowadays going through some issues.
Okay, Prabhuji.
I turn off my video, maybe we can have better quality of audio. The bandwidth may not be sufficient. So yeah, yes. So so Bhagavatam says that our universe is compared to a lotus that has sprung from a water pond. So here we can see this is the lotus pond, is the lotus flower. This is our universal shell. Within, we call it as Brahmanda. Brahmanda means it's like a universal egg. So within that universal egg, there is a universe. On the periphery, there is a covering. So this is the universal shell, universal covering. Inside that, there is water. Just above the water, we have the lotus leaf. And we also have the stem coming from the middle of the lotus leaf. And the top, there is a lotus flower. This is one lotus. Our entire universe, by mapping everything that is there in the entire universe, will look like this. At the end of our discussion, we will get to see this picture. after describing all those things. So based on the details given in Bhagavatam, our ISKCON in the past, they made a famous ISKCON cosmology structure of the investment. So I've just taken that small portion. So this is our universe covered by 7 layers made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. Within that, we have Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. From the navel of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu comes the lotus. On top of that lotus flower.
Can't hear you, Prabhuji.
Then come physically.
No, not like that. What about other devotees? Able to hear me? Or is it is intermittent or continuously not able to hear me?
Yeah, we could hear this, the lotus bit we could hear, and then you spoke about that earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Only that much word we heard, and after that, we didn't hear the explanation of earth, water, fire, air, and ether, if you have
Oh,
said.
okay. Sorry. See, I mean, we could see here that internet is bandwidth is too low sometimes. So that issue is going.
Again, he is lost.
Yeah, I'll repeat. No,
Again, we can't hear.
no problem. I'll repeat. So, in Sanskrit, universe is called as Brahmanda, universal egg. That egg will have a covering. So for our universe, there are 7 coverings. 7 coverings are made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. And then inside the universe, there is an ocean known as Garbhodaka ocean. Within that ocean, there reclines Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. From the navel of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, there comes a lotus, which is going till the top of the universe. On top of that lotus flower, there is Brahma. That Brahma had divided this universe into 14 divisions, dividing the lotus flower, stem, leaf, everything. He made it into.
Prabhuji, we can't hear you.
The network is again and again going or something like that.
In any way, you can improve the connection, please.
I also don't know.
We could hear from the navel, and then it just got disconnected.
We can hear you, Prabhuji. Please continue.
Yeah.
If they
Sorry.
come up, it will come and go. We'll manage.
Yeah.
Please continue. Yeah,
Ah,
thank
yeah.
you. Thank you.
So maybe after some discussion, we can open for question answer. That time we can recap whatever we some of you could not hear. So we will just move.
Sure, Prabhuji.
So it is Lord Brahma who divided the lotus into 14 divisions known as 14 planetary systems. You can read here. Here is Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Svargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. And then below Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala. These are the 14 lokas that are there within our universe. And we'll be discussing about these 14 lokas, what kind of facilities are there, what kind of people are residing there, etc. etc. That is the subject matter of our discussion. So this is the picture. This is our universe. The lower half is filled with Garbhodaka ocean. Within that, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is there. From his navel comes the lotus, which contains a huge lotus flower. This is called Pushkara Patram. And the lotus stem and lotus flower. On top of that, Brahma is there. It is this Brahma who divided this lotus into 14 divisions.
So the green part is the leaf.
Yes, it is a leaf. I put it big because there are many subdivisions come in between. So to show them, I made it enlarged. Actually, this leaf is just above the water. You must have experienced this, especially in South India. Whenever we go to Sri Vaishnava temples, there is a Pushkarani. Lot of lotus plant flowers and plants are there. So in that way.
So that's why you offer lotus to
Not exactly like that, but lotus is one of the best flowers that we have. Yeah, pure also. One of the good and fragrant and very good looking. And lots different body limbs are compared to lotus flower also in that sense. For various reasons. And which is widely available. Generally, we offer what is available to us. So in that way. So this Brahma had divided this lotus into 14 divisions. Kindly see how he did divide. First, he made into 3 divisions known as Bhuloka, Bhurloka, Sargaloka. Then he thought that this is a big universe. If there are only 3 category of people are there, what fun is there? The Jiva has multitudes of desires to fulfill in this material world. Only with 3 regions, how can he fulfill? There should be many more avenues. Then he made 3 into 14. And within 14, he made many subdivisions. The 14 are the major divisions, and within those 14, there are so many subdivisions. The 14 you can see here, Bhuloka. The upper surface of the lotus leaf, that is called Bhuloka. And from the stem, there are 2 divisions, Bhurloka and Sargaloka. And from the flower, there are 4.
Meeta Padia, you can hear?
No, we cannot hear.
Thanks. So can you tell Prabhuji, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhuji, there is some disturbance with the network today, definitely.
Even we are also getting to see that your internet is too low, karke. It is keep coming and it keep popping up on the screen once in a while. Once shall we log off and log in?
Yes. Prabhuji, this is an ongoing thing. We can't log off. It's an open link. We can try. Mataji, should we try your link?
It's not the link, Priya. It's the internet fluctuation in the temple.
Yeah, that's what.
The-
So I
Not the
think
link.
we'll have-
Prabhuji, continue.
Yeah, just
okay,
bear
okay.
with it whenever you can hear Meeta Mataji.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that's right. Whatever it is, we can hear.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
this picture, not here. No, in the book. It's not.
It is there in the new book.
We got this old book.
No.
Oh, which you're going to.
Bhagavata Cosmology, I told one more book. No? This only gives a brief summary at the introduction to the entire topic. The next book explains this in detail. That book published recently. But anyway, we are not going to, we are discussing this only. Only this picture is not there. So, from the top of the lotus leaf is the Bhumandala. From the stem, there is Bhurloka and Sargaloka. From the flower, we have Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka.
They are the third local before divided.
Yeah, no, Sargaloka here. This is Sargaloka.
It is divided in 4 parts.
No. They are different. They are above Sargaloka. And within the lotus leaf, there are 7 caves. From Bombay to Pune, we have tunnels, lot of tunnels. So one below the other, there are 7 tunnels within the Bhumandala. So
green part,
this one, these are 7. I'll show you. So this is the, for example, the book which you see in my hands, that is like the leaf, which is there just above the water. But within the leaf, so at the fixed intervals, there are some caves in between. So one cave is one Bilaswarga. There are 7 Bilaswargas. Bila, Sanskrit Bila, even in our native language also Bila means the rat hole. Bill. Bill bolte na? In the field they have lot of bills, they close it, so Chuveka bill, snake will come, say that's the bill. From that only come the word Bilaswarga. These are 7 caves within which, because there are a lot of opulences, they are called Bilaswargas. The 7 Bilaswargas were Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, and Patala. These were 8 to 14.
These are the lower.
7 lower planetary systems. So this is how they were divided by Brahma, and you can see at least relatively where they are located with respect to the lotus. On top of the lotus leaf, that is Bhuloka. From the stem, where the stem is located, we can see Bhurloka, Sargaloka, flower location, Maharloka, Janloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. Two. Stem mein 2. Within the leaf, inside the leaf, there are 7 bills. There are 7 lower planetary systems.
They are the down, that's why they are in the.
Hmm. So in that.
But just can you go back to the slide? What do you mean by Swarg Loka has planets, Bhuvar Loka has
Okay.
modes and Bhuloka?
So I said, na, he Brahmaji divided 3 into 14,
Yes.
and within each,
Uh-huh.
he had divided many subdivisions.
Okay.
So, for example, from here to here, Swargaloka, within Swargaloka, there are so many subdivisions. They are called as planets, grahas, and other nakshatras, all those things. In Bhuvarloka, there are so many divisions. They are called abodes. Gandharva Loka, Yakshaloka, Kinnara Loka, Kimpurusha Loka, etc. That is in Bhuvarloka. In Bhuvarloka, there are abodes, different lokas. In Bhuloka, we have the divisions known as Dvipas and Varshas. So, like that. The planets are there in Swargaloka.
So these 14 and subdivisions are in every planet.
Yeah, subdivisions are there at every location. Little louder so that they will hear. Leaf ke andar there are 7 bills inside the leaf. Much below. Lord Vishnu is there down below here where I wrote Garbhodak Kasavashan. Here Garbhodak Vishnu is there.
Swarloka has planets.
Yeah, all the planets and nakshatras and stars, they are all in the Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka. The lokas. Gandharva Loka, Yakshara Loka, Kinnara Loka, Kimpurusha Loka, they are all part of Bhuvarloka. Dvipas and Varshas. Some of them are called Dvipas, some of them are called Varshas. We will see what they are. We'll get to know all those things. So for today and upcoming 2-3 sessions, maybe, we will be discussing about the Bhumandala. Bhagavatam goes into greater detail about the Bhumandala. Remaining 13 were briefly presented. Because Bhumandala is the place where we are residing. It is connected to us and our ancestors. So it goes into more details. Bhumandala is on the upper surface of the leaf. So now, if you see here in this slide, in the Bhuloka, there are Dvipas and Varshas. So what is the meaning of Dvipa and what is the meaning of Varsha? Dvipa means that contains water on both the sides. Dvi, Apa. Apa means water. Bhagavad Gita shloka you must have heard. Bhumi Rapo Nalo Vayu. Bhumi is earth. Apa means water. So a tract of land that contains water on the front side as well as back side. That is called Dvipa. In our school text, we have studied an island means a tract of land that contains water in all sides, not just 4, all around. But in the Bhagavatam, in the Vedic literatures, it is Dvipa means that contains water on both the sides.
So this is an island. So they are describing.
Still, it is called island. Yes.
An island they are describing with water on both the sides.
Yes. Later on, I will show the pictures that you will get. And the more important than that is that which drinks water from both the sides. The earth, by nature, it is a dry sand particle or dry dust particle. Can 2 dust particles stay together? No. Only when we add some water, they stay together. Alag-alag rahega na? What to speak of dust particles? Even you have atta powder na in your kitchen. Can do atta powder particles can stay together? No. They are separate. They may be in the container, but they are separate. You can separate anytime. But by adding water, it becomes a solid block. So earth remains intact. The earth on which we are living, it remains intact as long as it is constantly supplied with water. The moment there is no water on the surface of the earth, it all becomes disintegrated sand.
The drought you see now.
Drought you see also. Sometimes you come across what is called as daldal. What happens in daldal? Like that, what will happen?
In the daldal, there's water.
No water.
No water. There's no water.
Sometimes there is water also, but sometimes no water.
The
At
different
this
type.
dry sand only it sucks a person inside. Because there is no constant solid substance below. It is all just dry particles. It will go down.
Desert में
हाँ.
राजस्थान साइड
Some
में
places.
डेजर्ट में तुम वाटर ना तो उसमें दस जाओगे और जहाँ दलदल जहाँ पानी पानी है उसमें एयर नहीं है तो उसमें दस जाओगे डिफरेंट डिफरेंट
But anyway, forget about that. Kindly remember Itna. Dvipa means a tract of land which is located between two water bodies, because water need to be constantly supplied so that it can remain intact. And then similarly, Varsha is a tract of land between two mountains, or at least at the foothill of a mountain. The land located at the foot of a mountain is also called as Varsha. All the measurements in Srimad Bhagavatam are given in terms of yojana. One yojana is equal to approximately 8 miles. And 1 mile is equal to 1.609 kilometers. Thus, it will be about 13 kilometers. So whenever we may say something called yojana and all, you can multiply it with 13 so that you can get the same number into kilometers. But many of the details mentioned in the Bhagavatam are very huge. So we use capital MY, which stands for 1 million yojana or 10 lakh yojanas. So these are like different terms we use in the upcoming presentations. Kindly remember, Dvipa is a tract of land between two water bodies. Varsha is a tract of land between two mountains. Yojana is the measurement unit used in the Bhagavatam, which is approximately 8 miles or 13 kilometers. And since the measurements are used, we use in terms of million yojanas. So now let us begin with chapter 1 of Canto 5. How Priyavrata divided the Bhumandala into 7 dvipas. So before getting into that, any questions from devotees online? You are able to follow?